thought I was live, but I guess I'm not. Okay, everybody, let's try this again. Okay, so we're going to do a live Facebook, YouTube here. Some new data is coming in, dribs and drabs, and I think, we're going to get off kind of lucky, considering we have enough low-level cold air where if we had a lot of moisture, we'd have some serious problems. Think 1999. We don't have that much moisture coming our way, and the good news is it's going to exit the area pretty fast. Most of it will be out of here by tomorrow evening. There'll still be dribs and drabs of some sleet and freezing rain tomorrow night and even into parts of Sunday, but for the most part, 80% of our precip gets out of here by tomorrow. So let's talk about the advisories. They were expanded earlier up into Hagerstown and also into Frederick, and that includes primarily, it's mainly for ice. There's going to be a little bit of snow up there, but mainly it's for ice. But also what's happened since we last saw each other was this ice storm warning is now from 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. 1 a.m. Saturday to 7 a.m. Sunday. It was from 7 a.m. earlier. They backed it up 6 hours. So if you can, like we mentioned in the early shows, try to be off the roads by dawn in southern Maryland. And for some reason, you're not in it in Calvert County, so be advised you could have some icing in southern Calvert County just as easily. Okay, where's the system? Here's the moisture. Doesn't look, devastating, and most of it looks like it's going to, the heavy activity looks like it's going to go just to our south, so that's good. But this will probably get into southern Maryland here shortly, and there could be a little bit of snow up Gaithersburg and Frederick, maybe. But primarily we're talking about ice with this particular system, so that's primarily what we're worried about. And I tell you, this jet stream is just, crazy. I mean, it's a very fast-moving jet stream, so we've got another storm that's producing snow in Portland, Oregon. Good snows in Portland and also Seattle. This is going to come racing down here and then kind of go up the Tennessee Valley and probably over us or just west of us. And that's going to provide us with maybe another round of wintry precip Monday into Tuesday and some good snow right in here on the Ohio River Valley. Big snows right there. So, but for us, just probably another mix, as it were. Okay, let's take you through Futurecast. I'll log on here and get some questions. Okay. Let's get some questions going here. But I really feel, we're going to be kind of lucky with this in terms of, okay, we're on now. In terms of ice. Okay, Culpeper. Trudy, there could be some icing in Culpeper. So yes, you're near some, not big time icing, but some icing. So here we are at 7 o'clock in the morning. And most of it is south of us, although it's a little bit of activity, even up into Fairfax and also into the district. And a little bit of snow possible around Leesburg. Still, we're talking mainly sleet and freezing rain here. But by 9:30, again, southern Maryland hammered a little bit. 12:30, most of it's in the northern neck in southern Maryland. Notice it's getting into Calvert County, so I think Calvert County should be under the ice storm warning. By 3 o'clock, though, look what happens. Heaviest activity now is gone. Well, from the metro, it's still hammering southern St. Mary's County, but for the most part, it's moving across the bay. And yeah, we don't clear out. By 11 o'clock tomorrow night, yes, you're going to have some sleet and freezing rain. Martinsburg, you could have some wet flakes and maybe a glaze. Nothing bad up in Martinsburg. And then we get into, Sunday, and I think we could have drizzle on Sunday, maybe even a shower late. Temperatures will make it above freezing. I'm going to go 40, so we'll be pretty close to 40 on Sunday. So I think that's some good news. Now, I'm going to show you a couple maps here. It's going to kind of scare you, but Eastern Panhandle, Charlestown, same thing. Maybe trace of snow, maybe a little bit of sleet, not much. Garrisonville, same thing, a little bit of icing, maybe a glaze. Waldorf, now Terry, you're kind of on the border. You're under an ice storm warning. You could have a bit of a glaze. Now, this model gives you guys in Waldorf almost a half an inch. Waldorf will play it. That's not going to happen. Okay, that would be devastating. Anytime you see these numbers a quarter inch or higher, it means power outages. So we'll show you a different model. This is the American model. This I kind of believe. This may be a hair light, but it's probably the best in terms of overall coverage. 600s in Gaithersburg, 800s in Fredericksburg, and you get down toward southern St. Mary's County, southern Calvert County, maybe 1200s. Again, that may be a little bit light, but it's certainly more realistic than the European. I like the North American model. This is just updated. So we're going to show you this. So it's got some icing, pretty significant east of 95. But again, that should not bring down tree limbs or anything. So Patrick, the weather app shows all snow for Ashburn. Should you trust it? You could see a couple flakes tomorrow in Ashburn. If it's all snow, I would be surprised. We can't change some of the app we can change, some of it we can't. So some of it is just a computer-generated forecast. It's not our forecast. It's not the way we our individualized forecast. Kim, I don't think you're going to have any power outages in Stafford. I mean, you're on the edge there, but if this pans out, you'll be fine. Fort Washington, a little ice, just a little bit ice, not much. Northern Neck, yeah, Kimberly, you could get some pretty serious ice down there around Montrose. You could get a 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of ice. And remember, it doesn't take much ice to cause problems driving. It's one thing to worry about, power outages, but as soon as it hits, it'll be slippery. It's been so cold. So keep that in mind, all right? So those are the models, and I think I like the North American model in terms of what it's doing with the ice. I think that's probably reasonable. Let's see here if I can find. I'm going to show you something else here that I kind of like in terms of I think it's got a better handle on it. 20. Well, that's bizarre. It's not working for some reason. Okay. Okay, I don't know why that's not working, but it's not. Okay, here we go. Okay. So I think the North American model is probably the best in terms of having a handle on it. I think the GFS is a little light, and of course the Euro I just think is just I don't know, it's just kind of crazy. I don't know, it's just kind of crazy. Let me show you the NAM. I think this is a little better. It has some ice, yeah. So, and this just updated. This should be updated now on the map, too. So, it has a mix in everywhere by 8 o'clock. And I kind of agree with that. Temps in the 20s. Maybe a little low for D.C., but you get it. Sunday morning, Charles County to BWI, ice. No, you should be okay by then, Jackie. I wouldn't worry about it by then. No. When does it stop? For the most part, it stops tomorrow evening, but there'll be some dribs and drabs tomorrow night. Thank you, JB. You have to drive from Triangle, Virginia to Lanham, Maryland to work in the morning. Just be careful. Tawny, your biggest problem will be getting to the interstates and getting to your car. Don't fall in the driveway. So it's got some sleet and some freezing rain. Notice there's no blue on here. It's not picking up any snow. And then by 6:30, 7 o'clock, it's gone. Now, you still see some stuff back in Hagerstown. There can be dribs and drabs, even into Sunday. But for the most part, I like this model. It's a quick hitter. I don't see any major icing with this model. I really don't. I feel that this model's pretty good. So let's hope that pans out, because that means I don't think we have to worry about any power outages or anything major like 1999, which was just a disaster in terms of ice. Now, I'll show you this model. This is okay, but this model, like the European, next week, this is Monday into Tuesday morning, brings a ton of ice. That would be a problem. Not so much for D.C., but for places like Gaithersburg and Manassas and Leesburg, that would bring down some tree limbs and some power lines. So we'll watch that carefully. And that's the storm that's hitting Portland, Oregon right now. Okay. 7 Sunday morning in Manassas. I think you'll be okay, Kayla. I think you'll be fine by then. Driving to Richmond tomorrow morning. I guess you can if you're on the interstate and you know what you're doing. If your tires aren't bald, your windshield wipers work, you turn your lights on, you're a decent driver, I think you can make it. Getting to the interstate will be your biggest problem. Will I be able to land around 9 p.m.? I think so, yes. Fairfax. Fairfax is going to have a little bit of ice, but I don't think it's going to have any problems in terms of tree limbs coming down. But again, by 6, 7 o'clock, it's already in Fairfax, and then it just kind of moves through in dribs and drabs. So you'll have a little bit. I don't think you're going to have a big problem in Fairfax. I do want to just see what what I'm hoping is that most of it falls as sleet and not as freezing rain, and that would really that would help us out a lot. So let me just see if the new data has been digested here, and we can sort of get a handle on what this model is thinking. Okay, it is. Yeah, so good news. So most of this falls as sleet, like 80% of it. There's just a little bit of freezing rain, so that's good. And even into Monday and Tuesday, at least downtown, I don't see any freezing rain. North and west is possible still, but that's good news. Let me run a couple other places. We'll run Frederick. Frederick has a couple snowflakes tomorrow, and then just sleet. Has no freezing rain. That's great news. I mean, it'll be slippery, but this is good news. It really is. Leesburg, you're going to have mainly sleet and not freezing rain. It'll be slippery, but won't bring down power lines. So that's good news. 1, 2, 3. Now, you get down to, Patuxent River, there's going to be a little bit of icing down there, and most of that is freezing rain. It's not sleet. So, I guess what I'm saying is I'm mainly concerned with about where the ice storm warning is. I might be a little bit concerned a little further north, but for the most part, where you see this shaded in red is sort of where I'm thinking. Although I really think Calvert County should be under I think Calvert County should be under the warning. I really do, because I think the ice is going to be into Calvert County. So there's the winter weather advisory for everybody. All right. So that covers, everybody in the mountains out here, and it goes until 7 o'clock in the morning, as does the ice storm warning. So let's get rid of the winter weather advisory. So this is the ice storm warning. And again, I just feel that you guys in Calvert County should be in the warning. So in this area, I generally agree is where the ice accumulation accretion is going to be a problem, if we have one at all. Once you go and you take the model data, it's mainly sleet here. So sleet's not it's going to be slippery, but it's not going to be a problem in terms of any kind of damage to power lines or anything. So here is the moisture, and again, this is going to probably get into southern Maryland before dawn, and even into maybe Fairfax before dawn as well. It's not a lot. These storms move so fast, they don't have time to sit and really become strong and really draw up moisture from the Gulf of Mexico and become monsters. They just are sort of passing through, just kind of passing through town every 2 days, and that's kind of been our pattern. So here's the Futurecast, and once again, it does have, some activity in here by 7 o'clock on Saturday morning. All right. Leonardtown, DeAnthony, yeah, I'm worried about a little bit of icing down there, maybe up to 1/10 of an inch, maybe to 2/10 of an inch. So yes. Stafford, Demi, yeah, you guys are technically under the ice storm warning, so we're kind of concerned about you as well. Stafford into Spotsylvania County, yes. I know we need a snowstorm. This is a mess. It's a mess. Richmond, yes, that is in the red area, yes. Mm-hmm. So 10 o'clock in the morning, it's picking up a little bit of snow out here. Yeah, I guess that's possible. Most of it's going to be sleet if you're west of 95. This is the problem. This is going to be the freezing rain into the northern neck and Charles County and St. Mary's County and Calvert County as well. But by 5:30, what I see is the heaviest activity gone. Yes, we have dribs and drabs. We're not going to clear, but the heaviest activity is gone. And then we get into Saturday night. We have this one little batch that rolls through. That's probably going to be sleet and not freezing rain. And then that's it. I mean, we might have some drizzle on Sunday. I'm not really clearing this out on Sunday, but I'm going 40 on Sunday. So that's good. So I think it's best to be off the roads if you can, by dawn on Saturday in southern Maryland and really everywhere, at least by noon in the metro. Light icing metro Saturday night, but you know what? Moderate icing south and east is possible, but not looking likely. So here's the crazy European model. This is just insane. I mean, this would be a disaster down here for you guys. And much like the snow, it's gone hog wild on the ice. Don't really understand it. Wait till you see this. Look what it does next Tuesday into Tuesday afternoon. This is crazy. That would be remnants of 1999. That would be a disaster. Don't think it's going to happen. The American model, this might be a little too light. It has some ice, but remember, this is mainly sleet. This is your problem in terms of glazing right here. Chesapeake Beach, Tanya, yeah, I think you're going to see some icing, but I don't think we'll see any power outages or anything like that. Yeah, Dennis, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm definitely with you. King George, yeah, you'll see some ice down there too. Yes. Yes. I don't think technically you're under the ice storm warning, but you're going to see some ice down there anyway. Now, the American model does, however, bring in this stuff next week. We'll see. That's Monday night into Tuesday afternoon. I just don't see that happening, but the American model and the European model is pretty emphatic about bringing some pretty darn cold, low-level air into here and turning the rain back into sleet and freezing rain. That would be bad. That'd be bad. I like this model. This is just updated, and this has, a nice little glaze here. Don't think it'll pull down any trees. It'll be very slippery. And remember, a lot of this in Leesburg and Frederick will be sleet and not freezing rain. So that's good. That's really good. So we'll see. How much freezing rain for Frostburg? I don't think much at all. Maybe some sleet. Maybe it's just some drizzle. Euro has not been that reliable. You are correct. It is not. Did you all see this graphic that I tweeted out? And I put on. I did do air with it a minute ago. Well, I think I did air on the 6 o'clock show. This is how frustrating. How frustrating this winter has been. You ready? Yeah. So national, we've had 6 of 12 days of February was either a trace of snow or more. Dulles 8 of 12 days. Yeah. We've only had 5 inches of snow at Dulles and like under 2 inches at national. Total. Not just February, total. It's pretty pathetic. Anita King George, yeah, I think you guys will get some ice. I do. I don't think it's going to be a huge accumulation down there. I think the roads will be very, very slippery, but I think you're going to get maybe a tenth of an inch to maybe 2/10. Is it okay to dinner Bowie Saturday at 6 p.m.? I guess so. If you're on interstates and you're careful getting to your car, okay. Manassas is going to get, everybody's going to get something, okay? Everybody. Pick a town. Cumberland, Romney, Winchester, Leesburg, Manassas, Annapolis, BWI, Bowie. Everybody's getting something. The question is what are they going to get? So to the west of 95, I think mainly sleet, a little bit of freezing rain, and then east of 95 and south, that's where you're going to have your ice problems, I think. So Suitland, yeah, a little bit of ice, not much. This year was La Nina. And every once in a while, we can have a good winter with that, but it's rare. And this is proving the point. Tuesday for Frostburg, looks like a pretty good ice storm up there. Keith, yeah. All right, guys, I got to go. I didn't realize what time it was. So we've learned a couple of things here, right? We've learned that it's going to be kind of a quick hitter. It's not going to have a lot of moisture. It's not going to sit and intensify, so that's good. Also learn to kind of be off the roads by dawn tomorrow, pretty much everywhere if you can. And even if it doesn't have freezing rain in your area, it'll be sleet and it'll be slippery. But there's going to be some ice accretion in southern Maryland, but right now I don't think it's going to be devastating. So that's good news. Mary will be here tomorrow morning with new data, and Chester will be here in the afternoon and evening. And if it's bad, you'll see me again here tomorrow. All right? So I'll leave you with a radar for a minute, and I will sign off for now. All right? Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend, and happy Valentine's Day.